Okay, fine. So firstly, let us understand what is ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is totally a cloud-based platform. You can't say it as a tool, it is a platform because day by day they are adding more and more modules to their platform. It is a totally cloud-based platform which is more related to the ITSM, ITBM, IT business management, ITOM, IT operational management, which is growing exponentially in the space of the ITSM and as well as in the IT governance. Many organizations across the globe are implementing the service now to create the loan structure of the records for the enterprise IT. There are a lot of advantages of using the ServiceNow platform, like it reduces the IT operational cost to improve the effectiveness, and it improves the efficiency as well. It is the excellent platform to develop the custom applications according to the business requirement of the customer. We can develop the custom applications as per the requirement of the organization. It's not like limited to. We can design it as per the requirement of the organization. So this is the combination. The ServiceNow platform is the combination of the both SaaS and a PaaS. SaaS means software as a service, and PaaS is like a platform as a service. So the present version is the Madrid version, and the training is going to be done on the Madrid version itself. So let us have a look over the versions once. So the first version was the Aspen, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Helsinki, Istanbul, Jakarta, Kingston, London, Madrid. So these are all the versions that has been released by the service now till date, and this is the latest version Madrid, and the total training is going to be done on the latest version Madrid. So for every 6 months, the service now is going to release a new version with some more changes in the platform and all. So here you can just remember these version names. As you can observe that it's increasing in the alphabetical order. You can observe it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, Geneva, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So it's increasing in the alphabetical order, and next version is going to start with N. So hopefully it will be New York. So these are the versions that has been released by the service now, and for every 6 months they are going to release one of the new version. So ServiceNow is going to provide one of the instance. It's not like you need to install some software or anything on your computer to access the instance. Instance is something where you are going to develop all the development as per the requirement of the organization. So consider that as a software in a simple language, but you don't need to install anything on the computer. You can directly access it from the browser itself. So the ServiceNow is going to provide that. So as a developer, ServiceNow is going to provide a free instance where we can practice it, where we can develop and we can explore more about the ServiceNow platform. So to get that, what you can do is you can just type here in the Google as ServiceNow instance here. So once you type, you will be able to see this option. Just click on this. And this will be the home page. So here you can just register it. So as I am already logged in, so it's showing as logged in. So you will be able to see an option called login and register. So if you are new, then you can register it. So registration process is very simple: email ID, username, password, and all that stuff. Then after registering it, you can just log in. After login, you will be able to see the screen whatever you are seeing right now. So here in the manage, you will be able to see an option called instance. So just give a click over here. So once you give a click, you will be able to see these details. My instance. So this is the personal instance. And this here you can see this is the unique number for each and every instance. So once you register, you are going to get one unique number. So this will be applied in the URL as well. Here you can see Dev 75129. Dev 75129. So this will be applied in the URL. So this is the unique number of your instance. So but in the real time, there may be the name of the organization in the organization whatever you are working for. And the status is online, and here is the URL for this instance. URL is something like the link. Once you click on this, it will redirect you to the instance home page. So this is the instance home page, and where you are going to customize and going to store all the data of the organization. So if you are just clicking it for the first time on this, it will ask you to like set for the new password, something like that. You can set it. And below to that, you can see the version, Madrid version. So this is the Madrid version. And while registering itself, it asks you to for the version selection. So you can select the version as well, but it's not going to show you all these versions. It is going to show you only three versions, the three previous versions. One is the present and two previous versions: Kingston, London, and Madrid. So whatever you select, it's going to give you that instance. So while registering itself, you can just go for the Madrid version. And here you can see like remaining in activity, as this is the dev instance, like free instance, they had put up some of the restrictions on this instance. So if you don't use this instance for continuously 10 days, this instance will get inactivated, deactivated. So to keep it active, what you have to do, you have to make some or the other changes at least every 9 days or 10 days, like that. So the instance will be active. And if you had done any developments or anything, or if you have any data in the instance, it will be lost. So to keep it active, you have to at least log in for every 9 days. And below to that, you can see an action. In this action, you can see once you click on this action, you'll be able to see more options which are available, like activate plugin. So let's click on this activate plugin. There are a lot of modules in the service now. So it's not like the ServiceNow is going to give everything by default. So whatever the plugins you required, you can just install it. Consider if you want the orchestration, if you want the discovery, or if you want the service mapping, you have to install that plugins. So here you can see a lot of plugins are there, like related to the asset management and the cloud management. Here is the discovery. A lot of plugins are available over here. So here is the orchestration. You can just have a look over here. And if you would like to activate, just click on this activate, and it's going to take some time to activate. Then after that, this plugin will be activated, and whatever the features are there in that plugin, that will be visible in the instance. So in future, it may be required if you want to practice the particular modules, whatever they in your organization, you can activate that plugin. And here the next option is like release instance. If you want to release this instance, you can just release this instance and remove demo data. So once you register for the new instance, by default the ServiceNow is going to provide some demo data so that the user can understand just by seeing that demo data. So consider in the incidents itself, they are going to provide some records, demo incidents that has been raised. demo problems, demo chains, demo service catalogs, and all the demo data. So if you don't want the demo data, if you want to remove all the demo data that has been provided with the ServiceNow by default, you can just click on this. So all the demo data will be removed. But I suggest you, if you are very new to the ServiceNow platform, don't remove the demo data, so that just by seeing the demo data, you can understand more and explore more and learn it. And this is nothing but if you want to reset the password, and if you want to reset and wipe the instance, it's like if you want to wipe the instance to the previous stage, you can just use this option. And upgrade instance is something like if you want to upgrade it to the newer version, you can just upgrade this, as this is the latest version, so this is not required for now. And here is the refresh instance. If you done any changes or anything at that time, if you want to make it effect, so at that time you can use it. And extend instance is something like here it's 9 days. Again, if you want to extend it, you can just make it as 10 days here. Consider if you are just logging in after consider after 9 days, at the time, if you once you give a click here, again it will be changed. Before it was 9 days, now it is 10 days. So it extends to the limit, whatever the limit, last limit is there. So this is the 10 days, so it will be extended. So from today to 10 days it will be not deactivated. So after the 10 days as well, if I log in and just extend this instance, again 10 days it will be activated. These are the some basic details of the instance. And here in the ServiceNow you can see the community. Community is something like where a lot of developers will be there, and you can ask your questions related to the development part, and you can learn a lot in this community part. See here a lot of questions related to the ServiceNow that has been asked by the other developers, and that's dedicated from the ServiceNow itself for this community who are going to answer your questions. From the you can find, you can search it directly. If you want to search for the particular questions, you can search it directly. In this way as well you can learn it. And ServiceNow is not like a small tool, it is a very broad platform. So day by day you are going to learn something or some else like new in the ServiceNow. So you have to keep on exploring the ServiceNow platform. So that's about the community. Yeah, now let's go to the instance. So once we give a click on this, it's direct to the instance. Let me close all this. Yeah, so this is the instance homepage. So firstly, let us understand the UI, the user interface of this instance. So whatever the part I'm snipping right now, this is the banner frame. So as you can also say it as a header over here. So let us see, this is the banner frame over here, and to the left side you can see this is the logo of the ServiceNow. But when it comes to the real time, there may be the logo of the company, whatever the company. Consider you are working for the Reebok, so here there will be the logo of the Reebok, and here is some text related to that. And if you want to edit this text, this will be this can be edited. And to the right side we can see like the system administrator. So it is nothing but the person, the present person who had logged in, it's going to show. So if you had logged in, so it's going to show your name over here. So by default it's going to show it as the system administrator in this instance. And this is known as the global search. Global search is something like if you have any of the record, and if you remember any number, unique number of that record, you can just search it by using this global search. and this is something like chat option within the organization, and this is the help where you can find the documentation part. So here this is the global search over here, so you can input the number, whatever the number you required over here, and this is the chart within the organization, so that you can search for the particular users and you can chat with them. And this is help, so that you can just help yourself, self-service. And to the right side you can see a gear icon, so this is like a personal settings. These are the total personal settings. If you are going to change anything over here, it's not going to affect any other users. So these are the total personal settings, so we are going to see this later as well. So here you can see a system administrator. If you have a role of system administrator, by default they are going to give a role of system administrator to us because we are going to do everything on this instance. So the system admin is something like he's having the total privilege over the instance. He can write, he can delete, he can do anything on this instance. So like this there are multiple roles. Consider if there is a ITL role, at that time he will be having only 60% of privilege over the instance, and a lot of roles are there. And it's not like limited to, we can also create our own roles in which we can mention it clearly that what users can do if they have this particular role. So this is something about the banner frame. Now let's see about this filter navigator. To the left side you can see this is the filter navigator. So in the filter navigator, what you can do, there are a lot of modules. You can see there are a lot of modules. So you can directly type the particular name of the module in the filter navigator. So whatever the keyword you are typing, it will show you that particular modules. So let's have a look. Consider, let us type here as the incident here. So it's showing all the module related to the incidents. So like this, let us type it as problem. So now you will be able to see all the problem models. So and in this you can see like there are three tabs. This is one tab, this is second tab, and this is the third tab. So what are these tabs? So this is nothing but once you click on this, it is going to show all the applications, and this is for all the favorites. Whatever the favorites that have been added, it's going to show it in this tab. And this is something like history part. Whatever the work that has been done, it's going to show the history in this navigator. So let's have a look here. So once we click on this, it's going to show you all the modules and the application menus in this. And to the right side, this all are the favorites here. And beside this, you can see this is the history. And if you want to minimize this filter navigator, you can just see an option, just minimize this. It will be minimized. Let's expand this now. That's it. And if you want to add anything as a favorite from these application menus or these modules from this all the applications, so you can just see an option like star mark. Just give a star mark. Help the help desk star mark. Now you can just check it out in the favorites, and here you can see it's added in the favorite. So like this, you can add multiple as the favorites. If you want to remove it, just click on this icon, it will be removed. So that's so easy to add the favorites. So now let's see about the content frame. So whatever the part I had snipped right now, this is the content frame. So whatever the developments we are going to do, we are going to do it in the content frame only. So this is the content frame over here. So now let's close this. Yeah, so in this content frame, you are going to do all the customizations. This filter navigator and the banner frame are fixed. So consider we want to go for the incident. Okay, create a new incident. So at that time, you can see only the content frame park is loading. It's not like total page is loading. If you want to go to the all the incidents, just click on this. Only the content part will be loaded, and it goes with the same like change or service catalog, whatever it may be. So it's going to show you the. So it's going to be the same over here. So now let us consider a small scenario over here that a new developer has been joined, new developer or new employee, and you would like to give him access over the instance. That is our scenario. So let's type here in the filter navigator as the users. Okay. So once you type it as the users over here, you can find like under the organization users is there. So these are all the users, and it's around like 606. As I had said you in the starting, a demo data is provided by default, so you don't need to confuse who are these users, from where they had came. So this is just the demo data, but when you are working in the real time, all the users will be the users who will be working in the organization. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a new user. So here there's a new button, just click on this new button, and this is the form to add a new user. And this form is not like the fixed form. If you want to make any customization in the form, if you want to remove all these fields and I want to add the total different fields, you can do that. It's totally customizable. So this have been provided just for the this has been provided, this whatever the fields right now you are seeing, this has been provided by the default. If you want to go with these fields, you can go it, or else you can create your own as per your requirement. So let's go with the existing itself. So we're going to fill up these fields, and let's give the first name as and below to that there's a title. What's the title you would like to give to this user? So we can just click on this. Like here you can see system administrator, solution architect, senior developer, sales executive, junior developer, and all stuff. So whatever suits to this user, we can select that. Let us select it as the junior developer. And here's the department where we can be able to see the department here. So customer support, development, finance, HR, IT, product management, and sales. So let us select the development department. And here's the password for him. So if you give the password, so that the user have to enter this password when he want to log into this instance. That is what the password is. And below to that, password needs resets. If you make this field as true, at that time, whenever the user logins for the first time, it asks him for ask him to reset the password to his new password. So that is what this option is. If you want to log this user, make this field as true. Active is something like whether this user is active or not. This is something related to the integration part. Email, if you want to provide the email ID, language, which language he is going to use, calendar integration. So the organization may have the different locations, so at the time you can select the location wise calendar and the time zone, whatever the time zone he belongs to, this user. And the date format, if you want to provide the date format, the different date format, you can provide this. Phone number, business phone, mobile phone, and if you would like to add the photo of this user, you can add it. It's simple. Just click on add and select the particular file and you can just add it. Yeah, there may be some conflict that's running on, but once you click on this click to add, you will be able to see an option like browse and you can add it. So there's a conflict over here. Yeah, actually here you can see this, it's saying that there's a duplicate key. So let's change the key over here, like 654321. Click to add now. Now you can see, you can add, choose the file and you can just add it. Okay, so this user, we had added this user, we have saved this user. So once we add the user to the bottom, you will be able to see the options like roles, groups, delegate, subscriptions, and manage subscriptions. So in the roles, you can see here that he is not having any role. He is not having any role. So it means that he is considered as the ESS user. ESS means employee self-service user. So let us impersonate this user. Impersonate is something like where we can impersonate to any of the other user and have a look how his instance he is able to view and what he is able to access. And we are able to do all this because we are the administrator. We are having the total privilege over the instance. So here is the Gaurav Reddy. Let us select this. And now you can see we are in the instance of the Gaurav Reddy. Here you can see Gaurav Reddy. Before it was system administrator. And this user is not having any role. So it's giving a self-service portal. So here, if we just go to the, let us go to the user table, user. Okay, so you can see that he is unable to see that menu, user menu. If you want to view the users, if you want to update the users, or if you want to delete the user, as we had did it from the admin portal, this user can't do that because he is not having that role. As of now, he is having no role. So let us give him one role. Let us impersonate it back to our profile, system administrator. You just don't need to worry about these shortcuts. I'm going to explain you in the later classes. So let's pull it up. So this is that user already. So let's open this record. Yeah, so now we are going to give him one of the role. So just click on this edit button, and here this is known as the slash bucket. So you will be able to see this slash bucket at max of the additions in the service now, where you have to pick up the existing available list to the like the presently list. So these are all the roles which are presently there in this instance, and these are the roles that has been selected for this user. So as of now there are none. So to the left side slash bucket, you can pick it up. Whatever the role you would like to give, you can just give it. If you give a role of admin, at that time he will be getting the total privilege over the instance and he can do whatever we are doing right now. So let's select the other role. Let us give the ITIL role. So, and if we add the ITIL role at that time, he will be able to access a lot of terms, like he will be having an privilege of around 60 to 70% over the instance. Let us remove this antivirus admin and this as well. Either you can just give a double click to remove it. I'm just giving the double click, or else just give a single click and you can see the arrow mark to remove it. You can remove it in this way as well. And now let's save this. Now these are some of the roles which have been added. Now let's impersonate it back to the Gaurav ready, and let's see now. Now you can see, as we had given the ITIL role, so it's the ITIL homepage. So before it was showing as the self-service. Now it's ITIL homepage. So in the filter navigator, let us type it as user. So, but he is not able to view that user list view. What we can do is like, here you can see, these are some of the user records, but here you can see there is no new button. If you want to create a new user, he can't do that. He don't have access for that. He can just view this particular record, but he can't edit these records. So let's go to the this, and if we want to edit the roles, here you can see there is no edit option. There's a restriction because you don't have that role, so he can't do that. So let us go back and impersonate to the system administrator. Yeah, so here you can see, in this way you can, now we had impersonated it to the system administrator, our profile. So now we will be able to see the edit option because we are having the total privilege over the instance. If we give the same admin role to that Gaurav, he will be able to do whatever we are able to do right now. So like he can edit the roles, he can add the new user, he can do all the things. So that is what the main purpose of the role is. So there are a lot of roles that have been provided by the service now. So what you can do is like you can also explore more about the roles just by typing as roles in the filter navigator and just click on this roles here, and you will be able to see all the roles here. These are all the roles with description. So there are around 233 roles, and here you can see like role, admin role. This is the role what we have. So what is the privilege the admin role have, and what is mean by agent admin, what they can do, all the roles with the description that has been provided by the service now. If you want to add a new role, you can just click on this new and we can add a new role as well. As of now, we are not going to create any role. Yeah. So beside these roles, this is about the roles. Hope you got the clarification what is role. And beside this, you can see an section, other section. These are known as the sections. So this is the groups. So in the groups, you can add him to the groups. So let us click on this edit, and to the same slush bucket to the left side, all the existing groups will be available. Let us pick it up and let us add this Gaurav to the cab approval group, and let us add to one more group, that is the change management group, or any of the group, whatever you want to, you can just save it now. If you want to remove this, you can just remove this like this, save this. So now this user is there for this group. You can also create one group like IT group. In that IT group, you can add the users, whatever the users you would like to add, you can just add the users in that. Like a developer group, add that users in that group. And if you want to send one anything to that particular users, you can just select that group. So whoever may be there in that group, it is going to send to all the users in that group. You don't need to just pick it up again and again. So you can create the groups in that way, and that will be helpful in that way. And here is the delegate. Delegate is something like if this user is not available for the particular time, like this user is not available for 15 days, so there may be some approvals for these users. So that particular task, whatever may be the task, it's going to be on the hold. The work will be pending. So on behalf of this user, we can assign some other user for 15 days so that user can approve the approvals on behalf of this user for the 15 days. So just click on this new, and here you can see this is the user, and here is the delegate, where the user to whom we can give the access. So on behalf of this Gaurav Reddy, the system administrator is going to approve from date. We can select the from date and time, end date and time, and what he is able to do that. Approvals, assignments, notifications, and meeting invitations. Whatever we want to provide, we can just do that. And just click on submit this. So that is what the delegate says. And beside this, we can see one more options like subscriptions. Subscription is something like there may be some notifications. So he can just subscribe to that notifications or some other things. Whatever he is going to subscribe, it's going to show it in the subscriptions. And if he want to customize the subscriptions, if he had did that, then he can just go to manage subscriptions and click on edit. As of now, he's not having any of the subscription, so the list will be empty here. And in the subscription inside the ServiceNow instance as well, there are no subscribe anything to subscribe, so it's empty. So that are what the subscriptions are. So this is how you can add one of the user, and how to assign him the roles, how to add him to the groups, and what is mean by the delegates and the subscriptions. And whatever we had seen just now is like we had just went with what has been provided by the service now, like the consider the form, we had filled the existing fields itself, and we had just filled the record over there. So when it comes to the training part, everything is going to be explained with the example as we had seen now, just for adding the user. So in the training part, we are going to start it from the very basic level. That is, we had from the very user interface. Like again, we have to see about the list view. A lot of options are available. So as I can't explain each and everything in the demo in the first class, let me show you and how to enter this shortcuts over here. The filter navigator, everything is plain. And this list view, what all are this, and what are all the options here. You can see a lot of options are available, what all are these options, and what all are these options. Everything will be explained in detail, what is mean by list view and what is mean by form. This is the list view, and this is the form view, and how to customize all these fields. And we are going to see all these options, like how to create a table. We are going to customize, we are going to create a new table. So this is user is one of the table, or else in your language you can say it as module. So how to create one table, we are going to see that, and how to customize that table. And this is nothing but the access control list. This is the server side script, client side script, UI policies. UI policies something like where we can just make the field as mandatory, read only, based on the conditions what we mention in the UI policies. Data policies, UI actions is something like this is the button, right? These are all the links. If you want to add one more option here, you can do it by the UI action. If you want to add one more button over here as per your requirement, and you can also mention what it should do once you click on that button, you can just mention in the UI action. We can do that type of customization in the UI action. Notifications, consider if a user has been added, then it should be notified to some of the groups or some for one particular user. You can create the notification in that way. And dictionary is something like all the details of this particular field. And we are going to see about the SLAs, order guides, service catalogs, workflows, and the update sets as well. Update sets is something like where you can capture the customizations what we are doing and transfer that customization from one instance to the other instance, because in the real time it's not like all the development is going to be done only in the one instance. There may be 3 instances, there may be 4 instances, like dev instance, test instance, production instance, and there may be sandbox where the developers can practice it. So all this will be covered in the training part. So that's it from my end. Let me know if you have any doubts. So I see one doubt here, like group means it is a user support group. Yeah, it's a user support group. Yeah, you can ask the questions if you have any questions related to the training or else for the today's class. Mr. Anand, Nakul, Palabi, and Pandey.
Yeah, hi Mohsin. Thanks for the demo.
Yeah, hi.
It was good. And see, my concern is with the timing, which I can uh, talk with the coordinator.
Yeah, sure. You can discuss
So,
the convenient time. That's not an issue with that. We can discuss the convenient timing part with everyone. So we can set the convenient time. That's not an issue regarding the timing and
but
all
I
stuff.
don't think, see, I have this 9 to 5 kind of, and I have to get this shuttle at 7:45. So 7:30 kind of is not feasible for me.
Okay.
But let's see,
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
have an
discuss.
evening batch or something.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, Anand. Regarding the timing part, no problem. You can set the convenient time. You can discuss with the coordinator and we can just proceed on. And anything else beyond the timing?
So, for the scripting and all, is there any prerequisite that you might suggest, like for the
Yeah.
people to,
Before
go
going to
through
the
or the
scripting,
brush up?
yes, yes. Before going to scripting part, better you understand the concepts of the JavaScript so that we are going to use it in the service now. The concepts is enough. It's not like you have to learn the core scripting, core JavaScript. Just understand the concepts of the JavaScript. That is enough. Yeah, Nakul and
Yeah,
Anand.
I'm okay, Mohsin.
Okay, fine. And Pandi.
Yeah, Mohsin. Do you have any course manual saying what all the topics will cover in the development training? I
I'm
would
barely
like to
able to
know.
hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Course manual, I'm asking, like the topics like which are going to cover in the training.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So the coordinator is going to share the training content. So whatever the topics that have been mentioned in the content, that will be covered in the training part. So she is
Okay,
going to
okay,
share it with you. Yeah,
okay. Further, I will reach her. I mean, the code. I will reach coordinator for the
yeah,
timing as
training.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, training and timing you can just discuss with the coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And regarding for this demo, I'm good. I'm okay for this. Uh, Thank you for your time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. And Miss Pallavi.
Yeah, Mohsin is talking that it's fine. I'll talk to him
Okay,
regarding
okay,
the
sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
and
Mr. Nakul, anything?
No, no, Mohsin, I'm okay.
Okay, I think we are good here. So can I wrap it up over here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Mohsin.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Bye.